Right, so in order to look good running around naked, one needs something like this. New Optimum Nutrition Bible. This is something I got for my birthday. Thanks. And right at the moment I'm really not feeling well. I have a bit of sinus and headache and feeling like that. Interesting, all the medication I bought today came to like quite a huge bill. It's like 400 rand. Yeah, quite a lot of money. What's on my mind today, just a bit surprised that Rake Neetling is going to be teaching kids to swim. To me that's a bit like the president, it says Jacob Zuma teaching grade 1s. Actually that could actually work. Or Neil Armstrong teaching pilots how to fly instead of astronauts. That's if Armstrong went to them. So my question for you guys today is, do you believe that we went to the moon? Please leave a comment if you do or don't. Speaking of Armstrong, Lance Armstrong's back to an extent. He's been racing down under in the sort of Adelaide region of Australia. He is presently, I think, in 30th position, if not worse. He's 28 seconds behind the leader and was involved in a breakaway today. Breakaway got caught. Apparently the helicopter was the wind over the cyclist, which caused the breakaway to catch them that much quicker. I've had the same experience in triathlons where you're swimming and you've got boats coming around right next to the swimmers. And, the cameraman is kind of sticking his camera into your face while you're swimming, and the boat's throwing waves on all the swimmers behind you, and so the cameraman's really enthusiastic. So he's like, "How's it feeling? Do you think you're going to win the swim?" And the swimmer's like, does that answer your question? In sport, I think there is always a kind of interference from the media, and the media's sort of got to remember, is this helping? One thing I've always felt really strongly about is if the Tour de France organisers couldn't actually shoot a movie. It's like a real life movie of the tour, and you basically have cameras on booms hovering right above the riders, and in the helicopters, like IMAX equipped cameras, make beautiful, beautiful pictures. Apparently something like that was tried with Tyler Hamilton, but then he was allegedly caught using some substances, and so the whole deal was canned, which is really sad. The alternative, I know it's completely different, but it's an idea that I had, was to do an animation version of, not necessarily the Tour de France, but all the best things about the Tour de France, the peloton, the synchronicity of all the mechanisms, the riders for one, in their clothes, and also the the pedals and the that whole machine-like hum, especially when the wind is traveling at the same speed as the riders. You get this incredible effect, synchronicity. Just a news flash. In Britain, a girl of 13 killed herself after becoming obsessed with a fashion which links death with glamour. An inquest has heard. Hannah Bond hanged herself from a bunk bed with a tie after becoming an emo. Emo fans wear dark clothes, practice self-harm and listen to suicide cult rock bands. 2 weeks before her death, she started following US bands My Chemical Romance. One of their songs contains the lyrics, "Although you're dead and gone, believe me, your memory will go on." And so, what you are seeing to some extent is lonely young people with this terribly powerful urge to become a celebrity, and that urge is almost eclipses the urge to live, to do anything else. And so the urge for attention, which is really strong at that age, contrives to create this scenario where someone thinks it's worth it, it's worth giving their lives in order to appear in the newspaper, to appear on television, which makes this whole cult of celebrity quite worrying. The extent to which we fall over ourselves because someone is attractive or because someone did something noteworthy, but basically it's because you're attractive, everything else falls into place. Yeah. Hannah gave her name as Living Disaster on her page on social networking site Bebo. The page is decorated with a picture of an emo girl with bloody wrists after slashing herself. Another picture shows Charles' ex-husband scored with the word, "Dear Diary, today I give up." She'd been at her boyfriend's house and was angry when she was told she was not allowed to sleep over. And she went straight to her room saying, "I want to kill myself." Now, I think the other aspect to that is we watch TV, movies, video games. Killing and death is seen as almost fictional. It's rendered as a fictional thing most of the time. When people do die in car accidents, they are quickly removed out of sight. So we have this fairy tale scenario where everything that is operating is visible, and things that are dysfunctional we don't see, which makes one think it doesn't exist. And it also makes us think if we are dysfunctional in some way that we shouldn't exist, or that it should be hidden away, which just perpetuates that scenario. So, quite interesting. Another thing that's quite interesting is in France, I read this article, every Frenchman wears a Speedo. Every Frenchman wears like a bathing cap. And the idea is that that's not the sort of thing you would wear anywhere else. The idea is that when French people... Yeah, so it just seems that the French believe that you must... what you wear in a public swimming pool you shouldn't wear anywhere else. So no baggies, no any other sort of swimmable swimming trunks. So and a Speedo is something you wouldn't really wear otherwise. So it's just interesting that something that's kind of laughed at and frowned upon in some other countries like South Africa, it's just like completely de rigueur, just the only thing that's done in France. Okay, so I'm feeling really crappy. I'm going to go and sleep. This is going to be a shorter broadcast or whatever than usual. That needs to be the theme for me this year, is getting getting more sleep in, less computer time, and nice good quality food. What a guy!